Hey everybody, Steven here, covering the Terraria 1.3.5 update, just launched today. This one I've been super excited about. This one adds 4K support and updated resolutions. Now I don't have a 4K monitor, but I do have a BenQ 32-inch 1440p monitor, and I actually haven't been playing Terraria that much because at 1080p on this, the graphics and the textures just look really muddy. So for this, it's all updated and it looks phenomenal. I want to cover real quick with this. One of the cool things is a zoom feature and the scale to the UI, so you can make that super big if you want or bring it down smaller. The border around the cursor, you can either make it there, you can actually increase that, you can change the border color, a whole bunch of other stuff, which is really cool. You can make it white. Right, change up the colors on it. I'll just leave it like that for right now. Nice and pink for me. They've added the professional localization for the following languages, which is German, Italian, French, Spanish, which I believe they already had those, but Russian, which is new, simplified Chinese, Brazilian, Portuguese, and Polish. So with this, exit out right there. One of the cool things that you can do now with the updated resolution is you can actually zoom in. Now I can do that with the settings, or I can literally just press on my keyboard the plus or minus. If I push plus, boom, it's going to zoom in. To me, this looks really cool. It reminds me of when it's that zoomed in, and I won't play a ton like this, but it reminds me of Paper Mario or any of those games, because now it almost adds like a slight 3D effect with the other characters kind of going behind me on this. One of the other things that I want to point out now is with this updated resolution, I don't know if they put this in there with this, but at least I notice it now, which is the smoke effects with the fire here. They pop. That was one of the things that my eye was first drawn to with this. Zoom back out here. But everything just looks so much sharper with this. Cover a couple more things. They've added a crystal furniture set and expanded other furniture sets. I haven't had time to look at those. They add the Arculus and the Lean 4's developer armor sets. You only get those in expert mode with the extra drop bags that you get when you defeat a boss. And at least for the Arculus set, I know it's a 1 in 20 chance. That's just because I watched one of Chippy Gamer's videos with that, and I definitely recommend, if you haven't checked out his channel, you need to do that for sure. Let's go ahead and go down into the underworld here. So overall, this is really cool update. As far as I know, it doesn't have as much included in it like other updates, but to me, like just the update of the resolution is huge. They've also made it so that NPCs who are manually assigned to a room will attempt to return to it when they respawn after being slain. They've improved stability on the Mac OS, the Linux. They've improved visuals on many different things, which I could tell for sure. And then they've improved retro lighting consistency. Certain areas like here, the colors just pop, I've noticed. And I have mine on Trippy. I just like that color. I want my colors to pop on screen. And you can tell, they're just vibrant. But I've actually, like I said, been holding off on playing this a lot since getting my new monitor back in January, just because at 1080p when it's stretched out, it's just not as clear, and this is definitely getting me back into the game, so I'll play consistency. And I've been waiting, like I said, specifically because I knew this update was coming out, and I had a whole bunch of other games that were backlogged that I needed to play. So the crispness now that you see with the backgrounds is really cool also. Definitely check them out on Facebook and go to their website so you can see all the fixes and all that as well. I'm not going to go over all the general fixes that they've done, just because it's a huge list here. One of the other cool things that I want to point out is the first NPC for the game, and I'm forgetting his name right now. Let's go find him real quick, actually. Apparently, you can actually change his name to James now, which James is Chippy Gamer's, there he is, right there, Mervin. So, and I think he has a different name as well, because it changes, I think, per game. But you can change his name to James. I don't know how to do that. But yeah, you can actually change his name to James, and let's see what he has over here. Solar Cultist, nice. But you can change his name to James, which is, like I said, Chippy Gamer's actual name. Really, really cool that they do those little hidden gems like that in the game, which I think are phenomenal. So I'm going to put in the description box a link to Chippy Gamer's video. I also think you should check out another one where he kind of covered all the updated news on what's going on with Terraria Otherworld, I believe. Now with that, or Otherworld, I can't remember right now off the top of my head, but I hadn't really been following along too closely because it kept seeming like they weren't giving much news on it. Apparently, Relogic is changing who's going to be developing the game, and you'll get more details with Chippy Gamer's video, but it seems like they're going to almost restructure and redo everything now, so that most likely means changing the visuals, possibly the structure, obviously, of the game. So we'll see. It's still a ways off from what they said, which kind of sucks. I was super excited about it, but we'll see in the coming months if there's any other news. But definitely check out his video on it. If you haven't subscribed, do that. He just has a ton of content on the game that's phenomenal, that will definitely help you, especially if you're new to Terraria. So I'm going to end it right there. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you want to follow more, because I'm going to be coming out with a handful more videos on some of the updated stuff that I find in this, definitely click the subscribe button. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching.